Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Thursday. Stock market, well, we got a lot of excitement going on. The NASDAQ opened up about 100 points and now it's down about 200. That's a big swing. The Dow's still up a little bit. What I see going on is not necessarily a battle between the bulls and the bears. It's more like a battle between the bears, the short sellers, and the plunge protection team. Now, a lot of you might say, Mike, there's no such thing as a plunge protection team. I beg to differ. Just Google it. Look, the Federal Reserve has a trading desk. Now, maybe they're only trading bonds, but if you want my opinion, they're in there buying this market. They do not want this market to fall. So you got these short sellers coming in that are just slamming it, and you got the plunge protection team that's just buying it up. It is a tug of war, and it is getting very volatile. A lot of big swings. Okay. On Monday, I told you I put on the QQQ calls, and those did great. Fabulous run. I loved it. Over 100% plus. All right. So today, I put on the QQQ Puts. Now, I did it this morning, so I don't know if this is not a recommendation at all. This is just what I'm doing. I did it this morning when the Qs, well, the NASDAQ, it was up, over 100 points. Now it's down over 200. Those have already gone up 100%. I'm out till next Friday, a week from tomorrow. We'll see if when you get up 100% on some calls or puts, you want to take at least half of them off. That's my opinion. But the market is moving so quickly that it's happening so fast right now with this, the short sellers piling on the plunge protection team. But here's the thing. Okay, so look at the NASDAQ. Now it had that 9% pullback, right? Okay, and it got oversold. So that's where I put the calls on. But now I've got the puts on the QQQs. Now, why did I do that? Well, there's this thing known as, these retracement levels, let's call them. Okay, so we're down 9%, right, from the last down move. Well, it jumped up 4.5%, halfway up. At halfway up, that's where I started putting on the puts, which was today. And they're already just plummeting. Okay, the puts are going up. The market came down 300 points already. Now, I hope that we get a little bounce here so I can put some more puts on, because I think the short sellers are in control right now. I think they're going to kick the plunge protection team's butt. I really do. So the short sellers are in control of this market in the NASDAQ. Now, the S&P, it's trying to get to the new record. I don't think it's going to get there. I think you could short the S&P right here also. I am not. I'm in the Qs. Okay, so what I want to talk a little bit today about is, did most of you watch that when Fed Chairman Jerome Powell was talking to Congress? Did most of you watch it? I'm so relieved I watched. I was worried about inflation, but Jerome Powell, he went on there and he said he's going to stop inflation. I say that's great, right? Look, Jerome Powell ain't going to stop inflation. There is no way. Number one, the Federal Reserve has done nothing to even fight inflation, and they're never going to do anything to fight inflation. Look, they're the ones that are still pouring gasoline on the fire. They're still buying bonds. They're still buying mortgage-backed securities, and they've never raised interest rates. They are so far behind. Look, they came out. Look at the inflation, 7%. So that's what the government's admitting, 7%. Okay, now that they're admitting to that. If you measure it the way they did back in 1980, we're at 15%. Now, people, you just got to understand that this is an everything tax. This is a way they're stealing your money. It's a tax on your income. It's a tax on your spending. It's a tax on all the savings you have. Look, right now, if you put, let's just think about this. If you'd had $10,000 and you were to put it into a bank and the bank told you, look, come back in 3 years, we'll give you $5,000 and we'll keep the other $5,000. Would you put the money in the bank? No, you would not do it. The Federal Reserve is enemy number one. Look, I know our Army gets out there and protects us from all the foreign countries. Somebody has to start protecting us from the Federal Reserve, because they are destroying this country. They are sending us in a tailspin. They are wiping out the poor. They're wiping out the middle class, and they're continuing to do it. But that's not good enough for them. Look at just wiping out all those people is not good enough. They're doing insider trading to make hundreds of millions of dollars and put it in their own pockets. Insider trading. They got busted red-handed. Me and you do that, we go to jail. They do that, they get reelected. They get another term. Now, there are three of the Fed presidents that have stepped down because they're embarrassed. They're embarrassed. They're embarrassed because they were caught red-handed insider trading. Put these people in jail. They're not above the law, but you know what? The Federal Reserve is above the law. They're above the president's office. They run our country. People don't understand it. Until people understand this, it's already too late. How are you going to get rid of them? Now, I pray in my lifetime that at some point they end the Fed, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. It is destroying the country. We have to get rid of these people, or the country's going down. Look, at least protect yourself. At least get your money out of the system. Gold, silver, Bitcoin, whatever you're into. I mean, I'm worried about the banks. The banks used to lend, they take in $1,000, they could lend $10,000. Now there's no limit as to what they can lend. I'm worried about the banks. But this insider trading stuff is just pathetic. Okay, now I know the Congress people, I know the senators, they do insider trading all the time. You can look at Nancy Pelosi, right? Okay, she's got $82 million net worth. Okay, what does she make a year? Let's see, she got $82 million net worth. She makes $178,000 a year. Now everybody will tell you, well, Mike, it's not her money. Her husband makes that money. You know how he makes that money? He makes that money trading on information that Nancy gives him. He doesn't lose trades. Look, there's a whole group of people that follow what Nancy Pelosi's husband trades because they know that he's got the inside track to Nancy. Now Nancy goes in front of everybody and goes, it's just the way it is in America. We're allowed to trade. She is insider trading. She's ripping you off, ripping off the country, ripping me and you off. Look at this insider trading stuff. Look, they're not going to stop. I know. And I know I'm just ranting, and that's just between me and you. Look, there's nothing that we can really do. We can vote them out. But we keep voting them in because they're empowered. It's ridiculous what's going on here. Oh, my goodness. But the Fed, now, they come out there and they go in front of Congress, and all these Congress people, they kiss Jerome's butt. I'm sorry, but they do. I mean, somebody's got to just hold this guy's feet to the fire. Go, why do you hate our country so much that you're destroying it? Why? Look, you said that inflation's not going to go above 2%. You're admitting to 7%, and we're really at 15%, but yet you haven't done one thing, not one thing to stop it. You're still buying stuff. You're still raising the Fed balance sheet, $9 trillion. Jerome sits there and goes, well, we're going to start to sell off our balance sheet. Really, Jerome? Who's going to buy $9 trillion worth of worthless bonds? Who's going to buy that? Look, he's going to destroy the dollar. This is what should be known as Ponzi Economics. Ponzi Economics is what's going on. As long as there's a Federal Reserve, we have Ponzi Economics in this country. Now, I just get upset with all this because they're stealing your money. This inflation tax is ridiculous when you're talking 15%, really. Now, these Congress people, the politicians, they're as much to blame as anybody. I mean, they're just idiots, in my opinion. Look, first of all, somebody tell them that the Federal Reserve, their job is not to solve the climate change problem. It's just not their job, right? It's not their job. They have nothing to do with climate change. But yet these senators, these Congress people, they're just going, hey, Jerome, what are you doing about climate change? Who are these people that we elected? Come on, really? I don't know. I get upset about this stuff. Maybe it's all good. Maybe you guys don't mind, but I kind of mind. I do. I get upset. Now, the stock market, though, I do love these swings. I love these swings in the market. I mean, look, the market You get these perma bulls and these perma bears on YouTube, right? Well, they haven't done anything because the market is the same place it was 2 months ago. But it's gone up, down. But it's still the same place it was 2 months ago. Now, right now, I'm betting that the sellers are going to take control again. They're going to push this lower. That's what I'm betting. You have this thing called the January effect. As January's down, the rest of the year usually closes down. I think January is going to close down. I think this is going to be a down year for the market. If you're just I know a lot of people, they got their 401k money all tied up in the market. They might be really sad at the end of the year. This is my opinion. I'm a gambler in the stock market. And when the market moves sideways with volatile swings, that's where I just have my heyday. It's like a feeding frenzy. Now, right now, I got the puts on the QQQ, and they may not go my way. I might get stopped out of them. Anyway, so what I look for, okay, so the QQQs, here's the 50-day moving average. QQQs are sitting right below. They go above it. Then the trade, I'm taking it off. It's just a bad trade. I was wrong. But I think they're going to push it down again. I think they're just going to slam that market down. I think these short sellers are going to slam down. Now, don't mark my words, that plunge protection team, they're going to be sitting there and buying it. Jerome Powell, I think he has this code word, right? He calls the trading desk with this code word, and then they just go in and they just buy. And they try to push it up. Now, people will tell you, Mike, you're a tinfoil hat guy. That's not really how it works. I got news for you. I think it really is how it works. And you can see some very unusual stuff going on in the market right now. Yeah, I mean, like when the market's way down, they'll just cut these big, large orders. I don't think they're hedge funds. I think it's the Fed. I really do. That's just my opinion. I'm entitled to have an opinion, and hopefully I don't get banned from YouTube for having an opinion. But if you like this stuff, give me the thumbs up. You really like it, hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you know when the next one comes out. I'm Tall Mike. Get out there. Have a great Thursday, everybody. We'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.